Bright suns and rising moons, fellow droids. Welcome to Not the Droids podcast. I'm Danny.
And I'm Mayuri. And today we are in the last two episodes of season one of The Mandalorian. So, chapter seven, titled The Reckoning, and chapter eight, titled Redemption. I think this brings us to the first time there's no like the in front of the word,
Yeah.
which is interesting. But I don't remember when these were released, together or
These
separate.
released December 18th. What? These released December 18th and 27th of 2019. So it's been a while.
I know I still think it's like
Before
crazy.
before we dive in, we are recording this on May 5th, which means it was just Star Wars Day. Have you placed anything in carts, or planning to get anything that you have seen? Or
I
anything that sticks
did
out that you're like,
purchase a
I would
bunch of
love this.
Lego.
All Lego?
Yes. Well, I saw on theme that the Lego gift with purchase this year was indeed a dark saber
Oh yeah.
and a mini Mandalorian Razor Crest. And so I hate, how do I lower my hand? Um, and so I ended up buying a C3PO and a BB-8. Because C3PO for Insiders was on sale. I've never seen Star Wars Lego on sale.
I still need a BB-8 for right there.
Yeah, I have an R2D2, I just haven't built it yet.
I kind of
And
also want the
Chopper,
C3PO popcorn bucket head. Because wouldn't it look great to have
I
like C3PO's head right there?
I am in a place where I'm just like, I don't know if I want popcorn buckets anymore. Mostly because I also watched Devil Wears Prada last week, and I
Mhm.
was really disappointed in the amount of popcorn buckets they had. And
There's a lot.
I feel like they're creating a scarcity market for it now. They're not doing as many as they used to.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to like build up hype for a movie. I'm just like, I
I
would have
so
bought one.
the C3PO one is for the Disney parks.
Oh, so
So
then that's
they're different
different.
because they're a bit when I usually like I don't have a lot of popcorn buckets. Um, Thinking about like I have the generic one because if we're doing a
Yeah.
long weekend, we eat a lot of popcorn. Or like on the cruise, we like usually get popcorn every night. I have the Tangled one from Tokyo, but I use that for cosplay. It's like my purse, it lights up. So like that's why I was like let myself get one. So when I buy them, they're not for like popcorn. They're for when I'm not carrying C3PO's head all around Disney. I have the one I usually carry around Disney is I have the Tokyo one that actually folds. So like,
Yeah, so you can put it away. That's a
and you
smart
can also
idea.
carry a drink in that one because it has the divider for a drink
Listen,
and a popcorn.
someone told me getting drink slings made me look like a tourist. So
I mean, they do, but
I do love a drink sling. I have so many now.
I think you and I have both also. So I sent you a picture of the Disney Doorables
Oh,
and
yes.
oh, cute. I did not buy any
They're
because
very cute.
we're going to be dropping money because tomorrow Star Wars Celebration tickets go on sale.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's right. You're like, is there something we're buying? I was like, I don't know. I bought Lego.
yeah, there's something big we're buying.
Yeah,
And so
I'm very
pending we have
nervous.
tickets, will depend on how the next episode goes for the recording.
I know. By the time we film the next episode, you guys will know if we got tickets. I'm nervous because, like, I know you said it wasn't that bad with Tokyo, but that was because I feel like it was in Tokyo.
I am nervous because I think being in LA, there's going to be a bigger drive for it, especially for like one day tickets that people will come and go. My queue times for the last few events we have done have not
It's
been
been
good.
so bad.
And with Tokyo, I did really well. And so now I'm like really nervous.
Yeah.
So I'm as prepared as I can be and just believing that I get the tickets I want and I need. I believe this year the limits are also a little lower.
Probably closer
So
to like
Tokyo
D23,
did
right?
sell out like very fast, but I had a good spot in line. So we will see. We will
Yeah, I
see.
really want to go. I'm really excited. I've never been, and I've also like it's funny because yesterday in line to go see, so for the 4th of May, they did a special look into the new Mandalorian movie. And I won't say anything about it, but while I was in line, people were like, "Oh, you must be a super fan," because I was indeed dressed in like a Leia bound. And I was there and I was like, I don't know that I'm a super fan, but like I was just like, I am quite a big fan now.
It's
Someone
very
was just
different from
like,
like episode one a year and a half ago.
I was like, eh. But now I'm like, guys, no, I'm like in. To the point where today I was correcting someone because they were just like, well, who created Mandalorian? Like who writes it? I was like, John Favreau. And they're like, no, that guy's an actor. I was like, I know, it's the same guy. It's John Favreau. Do not besmirk John Favreau to me because like he's doing so well. So that's where I was just like, oh, it was really funny. She's like, oh, you must be a super fan. And I was like,
It's
oh,
funny because only because I know us and I know our friend group is we dress up for everything. But I wouldn't
that's
say
why, like,
like
for me, it wasn't anything crazy to dress in all
no.
white.
No, it's not like you were in full out cosplay and body paint, but like we dress up for a lot of events and some of the things I wear, I'm like I wouldn't say I'm a super fan. It's just I'm enjoying being with my friends and dressing up and it's an event.
Yes, I
Like I'm
agree.
planning so Mayuri has now joined me in the Lorcana plans of
Yes,
playing and set releases this week. And I'm like, oh, I might dress up as the Toy Story alien. Do I love Toy Story? I enjoy it, but I'm not saying, oh, Toy Story is my top Disney Pixar movie. But will I dress up as an alien for it? Yeah,
it's just super fun.
it
I
is.
was gonna take my Hey Hey bag
Yes.
because I need to get use out of that thing.
But besides that,
Oh
back to
yes, back to the Mandalorian.
back to the Mandalorian.
Chapter 7 and 8. I just like am amazed at how well these episodes really truly flow into each other.
Yeah.
I the first episode was a lot slower for me, and I was having a hard time because I was like, it's a lot of information,
It was
and like we're
pulling in
getting
characters
lore.
too. So you're getting a lot of
Yeah,
lore, you're getting a lot of characters, you're getting people back together, you're finding out reasonings for things.
yeah, and
And
so it's
Grogu
just
almost crashes the ship.
I love Grogu. It's so fun to watch some of these because it's like you see his growth through the seasons. And since this is truly a rewatch for both of us, like it's fun to go back and see it. But Goku almost crashes the ship. That happens multiple times.
It
But
does, but it's just funny when they walk in because they just left him in the cockpit and things are red and flashing and he's just like, ooh,
um no, I forgot about her name is Kara, right?
Cara Dune.
Yeah, Kara Dune and how great a character she could have been. Um if a real life actress hadn't like fumbled the bag there. But I, I was going to say this. It was interesting to see like someone who was part of the rebellion
Hmm.
previously, but not currently,
Yeah.
right? Because like timeline wise, the rebellion is now like the government, the republic. So the fact that she just opted out of working for the republic, and maybe it's just because her skills were no longer needed, but I feel like
Yeah.
they could have been. So I'm always like curious because she keeps like alluding to the fact that like she's done a lot of crazy things since then. I'm like, what did she do to land herself here at this
So we
exact
have Cara
time?
Dune
Yeah.
and then Quill.
He comes back.
He comes back. He has reprogrammed the IG-11 droid.
I forgot how amazing IG-11 was.
Okay, Quill has Mr. Miyagi this droid.
I am a nanny droid.
Like, he's like, you have to like train them. He's like, and you're watching this where he's like teaching him, and
There's a montage of
he
him
says it's
teaching the
like
droid to
patience and
walk.
repetition, like he's a child. But it was very like Mr. Miyagi, like wax on, wax off, like pick it up, put it down.
I forgot how amazing that droid was. Because also you get more of first, do we know that his name was Din Djarin before? No, right? This is the first time we hear his name.
I think we took
Um,
a very long break from recording.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure like Moff Gideon saying his full name is like
Was the
really the
first
first
time
time we
we,
hear
yeah.
it. But it's all like first time we see his face, right?
Mhm.
It's a lovely thing. No living being has seen my face since I put this on. He's like, I am not a living being. Great. Solve that question. But we get his backstory. And I think we've just been talking about in the previous episodes, like what could possibly happen to make him hate droids so much. And so we get that, like the droids are the enforcers, right? So they were the enforcers that actually attacked his home planet, killed
Mhm.
his parents, almost killed him before he was saved by
By
a
the
Mandalorian and then became a foundling.
Mhm.
Um,
And that's what Quill says is droids are not good or bad. They are neutral reflections of those who imprint them.
yes. Um, it's funny because I feel like this is a little bit of a nature versus nurture argument,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in terms of droids, right? Like,
Mhm.
because
It
you think
was,
of like R2D2,
yeah,
a droid that we know. I don't know that we know him yet. No, we've met him. We know him.
yeah. We we're
Um,
we're in Clone Wars.
I
Like this has
forgot.
like
I forgot.
we are out of order with Mando.
Amando's way far in the future,
Mhm. It
but
was interesting to hear them talk about. He's like, oh, and as like he learned, his personality grew.
yeah. Well, because R2 is like the first droid we really truly meet that has personality.
Has opinions, has thoughts,
And it's because Anakin doesn't wipe his memory every
ever,
time.
ever.
And I didn't realize, like, oh, that must be part of like protocol, right? For security. And so none of the other droids like truly develop personality.
Hmm.
But the droids that do are paired with people who value their input, kind of,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Or building the relationship because like Anakin
yeah,
knows he could trust R2, and when he gets in his ship, he's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want your droid. I want this one.
I want mine.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
We
so I
also like in the background of Mando, we do also learn that like he's not from Mandalore and that
yeah, he's a found. We
Mandalorian is
learn we
not a race,
understand what a
it's a
foundling is.
breed.
Yeah.
So they kind of like it's very lightly, but they like there was a very like definite like period at the end of that sentence.
I will say having like kind of pushed to watch some of those Mandalorian episodes of Clone Wars before we started this is a very eye-opening because you actually see what Mandalore
I'm
was.
very curious because we are skipping to be able to catch up for the movie. I am very curious to see what happens and what we learn
When we
from
get back.
the in between of what's because we are not that far into Clone Wars and now we have jumped a very far time, so I'm curious to see like what comes out in those stories that
Yeah,
like
well,
fills
so it's
some of
just
the
like,
more gaps.
how do we fill these gaps? Because, like, in terms of age, when you're looking at the age of Din Djarin, it is not kind of out of pocket to say that where we are in Clone Wars is about where he maybe is like a new foundling, right? Like growing up.
I don't think it's that close because towards the end of episode 8, when they're discussing the Jedi, they're referring to them as some magical sorcerers. Like they are a complete legend.
Ask about
They're,
that because I feel like don't people know about the Jedi? Like
I
they haven't been exterminated.
I think at this point they are more of a legend because they're not seen very often.
Oh, because we're not in the Empire. We're past five, six,
Your
4, 5, 6.
timelines, you're still thinking in Clone Wars era, and
I'm thinking Clone Wars, and
we're
so
way past that.
then maybe in Clone Wars he's not even born yet.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Oh, so that is because that's why I was just like they were talking about how like
Because that's a spoiler. I
Mandalorians battled against a race of wizards or sorcerers or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, but we just saw Mandalore in Clone Wars. So like I forgot about
If
the timeline jump.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut this part out, but if we think about it, how season 2 ends with meeting a young Luke.
Yeah.
So Mando's probably, Han Solo's age, maybe a little older
Yeah.
because of where Luke.
Oh, so that makes sense. So like that does make sense.
So I'm like, oh no, we can't be in Clone Wars because end of season 2, we see Luke again as the young version of Luke.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Clone Wars is done way before Mando.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. But yeah, okay, we'll go back. But
Yeah.
no, I think we jumped far ahead, and I think I was like really getting into Clone Wars finally for once. And so I was like, I know what's getting on. Like, we're going, let's go. And now we just jumped to a
Well, and we also
completely
like
different
finished with
time.
like the Mandalore episodes. Like we purposely
Yeah,
did
so
that.
it's kind of mixing in my head. But like I said, it is very interesting to see it because also we see the dark saber for the
Mhm.
first time
Yes.
in this episode. And we
Yes.
see that Moff Gideon has it.
And we had just seen it a few episodes ago in Clone Wars.
Yes. And that's where I was just like, it's very interesting to having seen that little bit of Clone Wars
Hmm.
before this show, the rewatch of it, because the first time I watched Mandalorian, it was really truly like the first piece of Star Wars that I enjoyed fully as a viewer. Other than the movies, the new movies, and I wasn't interested in the prequels.
Yeah,
So
you
like
really just did movies more than you did shows.
yeah, and so like I had seen the new movies and then I watched Mandalorian and then I went back and watched all the movies.
Yeah. And
And
like
so including the one-offs.
and
So
watching it this way, we kind of now like have some of the lore of that
so much
saber.
context for the lore of the saber. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I was gonna say. So like seeing it
Whereas the
in
first time you
Mandalorian,
watched this, you were like, "Oh, okay, it's a
oh
pretty
cool.
lightsaber sword."
Didn't
Like,
know they came in black.
I will say that I really enjoyed. It was like half of the first episode of how many times 4 stormtroopers was said.
I will say the second episode probably read better to me because it was so much funnier.
Yeah.
Right? Because the first episode was lore. It was Din Djarin not trusting the droid, and then in the end, it was just like, "I'm a nanny droid.
Yeah.
My base function is to protect the child," and he proved it. And you see for
Hmm.
the first time him try to like advocate for a droid
Yeah.
that like, no, you have to stay with us. Like,
Yeah.
we need you. Whereas in every other point of this show, he has
I
been like,
mean, I don't necessarily get on that part of it because when we saw him last time, he's like, "You can't self-destruct because your mission has not been complete." And like he was like
well, but that's
manipulating
what
the
I mean. It's
programming.
like he was manipulating the programming, but I think in a way to save the droid.
Yeah.
So like this is the first time I think we've actually seen him like connect with the droids.
Yes. Well, the droid
Um,
literally just saved his life. Has also
yeah,
done amazing at protecting Grogu. Like Quill knew what he was doing. Poor Quill, because that hurts. Because I would
I
love to see more I Have Spoken in these episodes.
forgot that he died. I was so sad at the end of this episode. I actually got like a little choked up watching the droid walk through the lava and
Hmm.
just explode itself. I was just like, oh no, what a good droid.
Very good
And
droid.
I just like watching Grogu watch that happen. Cause like one of the things is like he doesn't speak English, right? So like we don't know what his level of like understanding is what's going on. Like he understands, but does he understand?
Yeah.
Um, I do think there was a lot more comic relief too,
Yeah.
especially when
And
like
I think it's needed in this type of like setting because like this is a lot of like
heavy.
heaviness and learning background and on the edge of your seat type of action that having those light moments I think is necessary for this. We also saw a lot of moments of the Force being used.
Yes, I will say my favorite funny moment was when Grief Karga goes to Grogu and he's like, "What are we gonna do? Hey man, do your little mind trick thing." And then
And
he
he's
has
just
to pull
like,
out his
hi.
hand. I think he pulled out like two of his feet. Like he was just like,
Yeah.
and
I like
Grogu just
in
waves
my head,
back at
Grogu
him.
was waving. He was like,
That's why I was like, he goes like, ooh, and Grogu just goes like, ooh. And that's where I was like, at what level of understanding does a child have to what is actually going on? Like, obviously, he understands battle and dangerous things, and the forces. This is where it's like, I feel like we've seen the force. We saw the force before
mm-hmm,
with the, what's the thing called?
the creature with the egg.
Exactly.
It's getting
That's
late.
exactly what I'm talking about. But he passed out after, right?
Yes.
So it was an interesting thing in this episode. Every time he did use the force, he just kind of like sat on his bum, like,
It shows that he's getting stronger, but it's also
yeah.
very different levels of power that were used in.
Yeah, I will say like he very much exerted himself, but that's where it's like we also don't have a concept. I feel like I complained about this a lot during Young Jedi. It's like there's no consistency in concept of like what takes more energy exerted
Hmm.
versus others. And sometimes there's no consistency to that
Yeah.
because I feel like the amount of times that he used the force in this
I
episode,
think The Mandalorian fixes some of that a little, but not.
it's still like the okay, maybe he didn't
We're
use it to
also
the
at a
same
point where
extent.
we just don't know enough about it yet. Like they're only
Yeah.
catching glimpses. So like are we seeing a lot more or is it that our other characters are noticing more so we are getting more?
Yeah, that's true.
But
But
also one of the big things that happen that we find out is that the Mandalorians have revealed themselves.
I know they all died. I had a moment,
Some got off planet, I'm believing.
yes, I had a moment where I was just like, I hope Grogu doesn't quite understand because the amount of people who have kind of in the interest of protecting him,
Hmm.
it's like that count's getting pretty high.
It is.
Pretty
We also have
high.
to remember that although Grogu is a child, he's 50 years old.
I know he's 50, but like at what point is he no longer a child for
Yeah,
that species? Like we don't even know too much about that species.
not
Like,
yet.
I don't know. It's I am very interested as he gets older. Like
Hmm.
I know I've seen the rest of these episodes, but like this is where like the movie comes in too. I'm
Hmm.
very interested to see more of a focus on like his backstory.
And there's also
Um
someone else that comes in that I'm so excited to see.
in the show.
Just a little guest star. Just a
Yes.
little peek.
Well, it was really interesting. Um, the Mandalorian blacksmith, first of all, that
Yes.
woman is scary.
She's amazing.
Um, Scary, amazing. Um, and
She believes in what
I,
she does.
the thing that she said about foundlings, right? So, like, or children, where it's like, you are now his father
Yeah.
until
Like you
you
can't
can,
stay because you have this duty you have now signed up for.
because he's too young or too weak to become a foundling, truly. So,
Yes.
your responsibility is to return him to his people. And so you gotta go.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it's insane that that is like how much they stick to that creed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's that is this is the way.
Yes. And you just see her like melting the Beskar that's left behind. And she also says to Mando, asked if he was trained in the Rising Phoenix and gives him his
Yes, the
jetpack.
jetpacks. I was like, dang, I love that they called it the Rising Phoenix. It's like, oh, did they train you on jetpacks when you
Nah.
were a kid? Sure. And you see him struggle with it, right? Like it's not like a perfect one off, like, oh yeah, I
Well,
did this as a kid.
but no, she specifically said it will respond as long as you're doing your training, essentially. Like
Mm-hmm.
she told him, like, and you must train with it each day. It will get better the more you. So it's almost like it's sentient in a way.
I didn't hear it that way.
I
Um,
don't think it's like learning with them, but I think it just like
I
becomes
think it's just like
more
retraining
intuitive.
his body
I think it
to be
becomes
able
more
to work with
intuitive.
it. Yeah. Because like it's essentially a jetpack, right? So he has to be able, I just think of like actors and stuff on wires, like the core strength that they need to be able to get their body to move the direction that they want is pretty high. And so that's where she was like, he can't use it now. He's too weak.
Yeah.
Because I think the amount of strength and control
Like IG,
required,
you must carry this until he is better.
yeah. Can I also just say, like, I don't understand when things crash. Like, Moff Gideon came out of that TIE fighter with like barely a scratch. And I was like, are there airbags in there? Like, what?
I always feel like the TIE fighters are just like this ball that once it's down, it just and like
It
as
just
long as you're
rolls,
belted in, you're kind of good. Like
I
we saw that
guess.
happen. We will see that happen in the future with some of our other friends. And I think it's like now if it was a bigger ship, I'd be like, oh, that's a stretch. But I'm like with the TIE fighter, I'm like, it just feels like a ball where he's like more protected because it's not like I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. I hate Moff Gideon.
I know you do.
He's so evil.
I know.
But, well, that's the end of season 1. So until next time, we're not the droids you're looking for.
But we're the droids you're gonna get.